How you doing, guys? This is Dana from Masculine Investing. Thank you guys for tuning in. What I want to talk about is the benefits of when you're buying property, tying up vacant lots or land. One of my things I've learned over the years from my experiences, a lot of times I'm soliciting here in Florida. There's a couple of quotes I'll give a potential seller. I'll ask them, one of the things I'll ask them is, before I look it up, do you own an interior lot or a corner lot? And usually I've established a little bit of a different value on each one of them. I found from my experience, corner lots, sometimes you can get a little bit more for them. Another thing I've learned is that actually, if you have two lots together, say you bought lots at $20,000 a piece. So you bought a corner lot at 20, and there's an interior lot beside it that you figure is about the same retail value. What's happened over time, I realize on typically a lot of these lots I'm buying are quarter to half acre lots. If you can tie up both lots together, and maybe it's a little more work for you, but you go after maybe a different route to get the other seller, potential owner of that lot that's beside you, the one lot you just purchased. If you can acquire both lots, typically if they were 20 a piece and you put them together with 40, you can usually get a little more of a premium if they're together. I'm going to say typically if they're 40, 20 together, they're 40. Sometimes you can push it close to 50 for the pair. The reason for that is it gives the potential buyer the opportunity to maybe plop a house in the middle. Gives them a little more square footage of land to protect themselves from the neighbors. It just lends itself to more opportunity. And I've talked to more than one realtor about this in the past. I've always tried to put them in pairs if I could. I've actually even solicited through mailers or postcards, got a particular property in the area, a few properties, and then gone back and even done handwritten mailers to the neighbor of that property to try to acquire both of them. Just one of those things I wanted to point out. From my experience, two lots together is better. And also, I'm going to also mention another thing that's really a great thing is that if you buy a particular lot, you look at an area and you have an option to buy a few lots in a particular area, and you find that a couple of lots are beside bricks and mortar, which is a house. Typically, those are easier to sell. And the reason I say that is a lot of times you go back to that person that lives in that house, and you can let them know you're an investor, you're buying a particular property, you're going to get ready to put it on the market. Just want to give them a heads up that before you list this property, put it on eBay or Zillow or give it to a realtor, whatever you chose to do, even if you can cover all them bases, that you want to give them first shot at it. And the reason I say that is from my experience, a lot of people, I've even had people call me and say, listen, I'll be damned if you're going to sell that property to some dirtbag. I built this house, I saved my whole life to buy this house, bought this property, put a house on it, I have children. And I often tell them, listen, if you're really concerned about who your neighbor's going to be, first of all, these lots aren't cheap, so whoever's going to buy the lot and then build a house, they're going to be middle class, if not better, type of people. And most of you, that concerned, why don't you buy the property from me? Since you just contacted me, I haven't put it on the market, you just found out I was the owner, I can probably give you a little better deal than I would if I put it up with a realtor or listed it. So just another point to remember, take a note of it. When you're buying properties, try to pair them up if you can. If you're soliciting a particular area and you get a 1 acre property, do what you can to try to get the ones beside it, because more than 1 acre or one lot or half acre lot put together usually has a little more value than just singling them out, 20, 20, 20. It's easier to market. I think there's more buyers, even though the price is a little more of a premium. From my experience, and just my experience, I'm not saying across the board, but it's just a lesson I want to share with you guys. From my experience, and even deal with most of the realtors, if you ask them, they'll typically tell you if you have two together, they could probably sell a little easier and get a little more money both together than they would individually. So just keep that in mind, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please give us the thumbs up if you like the video. It always helps. I mean, I'm doing my best to provide great content for you guys. We're getting real close to launching our course. It's going to be about 34 lessons. I'm not going to give you a date. I know I've been saying this for a while, but we're real close. Got to do a little more editing. I have a couple more lessons to complete. But if you like our videos, please share, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Go out there, be generous, be kind, don't be greedy. Try to inspire someone today if you can. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Talk to you soon. Have a great week. Bye-bye.